Hi there, I'm Cymber Lily Quinn at Holistic Harpistry, and this is a prep class to get you ready for taking the Holistic Harpistry 101 course. Making time for practicing is an important part of playing the harp. It's just a reality. Playing the harp is, and doing it in a way that really feels good means that you're going to make a commitment and that you're going to do this several times a week. But what's really important to remember is that it's really short. Probably a musician spend more time worrying about practicing than they do actually practicing. So if you can get yourself into a position where you're actually practicing 5 minutes a day and not worrying the other 23 hours and 55 minutes about it, then you are having a wonderful practice session. So let's talk about what can make a practice session really successful. First of all, if you have a practice plan and you know what you're doing when you're sitting down to practice, that can make things go a lot better. I do have another video on this YouTube site and also on my website where I have laid out a detailed practice plan. And so you're welcome to go and take a look at that as well. The next thing you want to do is remember to keep it short. So even though I give a detailed practice plan, which is something more like 30 or 45 minutes, when you're first starting, you can just practice for 5 minutes every day. And you really don't want to practice more than 10 or 15 minutes because you're still developing muscles that have probably never been used in this way before. And again, it's easy to get injured in a carpal tunnel-y kind of way when you're first getting started. So it's really important that you just practice for short periods of time. Plus, this keeps your excitement going. If you practice to exhaustion, then the next day you don't want to do it. Practice a little bit, stop. And then tomorrow you're like, oh, I can't wait to get back to it. I can't wait to do it. One of the things that helps a lot of people too is to set a practice time when you, A, feel really good. So for me, that's in the morning. And B, when you can do it regularly, which is also for me in the morning. So I tend to have my practice time in the morning. I also tend to do it in the morning because then all day long I can say, oh yeah, I practiced. I already done that. Instead of saying, oh, I got to practice at the end of the day. I got to remember to do that. I got to remember to do that. So I do it in the morning. But for a lot of people, it works better to do it at the end of the day. But pick something that works for you and do it consistently. And again, keep it short. It doesn't have to be a super long mega session. It can just be, 5-10 minutes. You may actually want to even set yourself a timer. I don't think I have one handy here, but I do have kitchen timers that I use sometimes to make sure that I don't practice too long. When you're doing your practice sessions, you have a plan, you know what you're going to do. Take little mini breaks in the middle. You're sitting at the harp, you're twisting a lot like this. So you want to be doing the alternate counter-rotational twist, turning away, turning down, turning up every few minutes, again, because you're developing muscles that probably have not been used in that way. But I'll tell you really the number one secret to practicing and doing it regularly is that you love it. You love being at the harp. You love playing the music. You love being there. And if you can get yourself to a point where you love every minute, savoring, enjoying this experience that not that many people get to have, then you can show up for the harp and be in love with it every single time. And you won't have any trouble practicing, showing up for the harp, because it will just become the thing that is the focus of your moment, the focus of your life, the focus of everything. And you don't have to be that dedicated to it, but when you bring your attention to it in that way, you want to be there. And then there's no, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's no fight. There's no, oh, I must practice. No, you want to be there. You want to put your hands on the harp. So if you're still struggling with trying to find time for this, please contact me through my website or send me an email, call me. Let's talk about this, because the timing might not be right for you right now. You may have too many other things going on in your life right now that would prevent you from doing this. But we can start planning. We can start preparing for when you are ready to bring harps into your life, and we could talk about that too. So if you're ready to bring harps into your life, please contact me. I'd love to help you get started. And see you again.